Today, we're going to be doing a holographic reading. There's about 3 different large aspects that we look at in a holographic reading. The first aspect is that we have a soul contract. So the soul contract we come in with is somewhat of this review that we do with our team that says, these are the lessons and these are the big experiences that I'm going to have in this lifetime. And then we have a soul archetype that we come in with, and we can be in the light of the archetype, or we can be in adaptive aspects of the archetype. And then what happens is that this is what I really want to, especially for healers such as yourself and intuitives, is to really understand when we get on a guidance loop and when we get on that feedback loop, what happens is that we're not dialing in from the vertical light anymore. We're actually getting lost in the horizontal. The horizontal isn't bad. That's like our 5 different clairs, and it's our intuition, it's our empath, and all of those different things. Mm-hmm. But it can get really muddy because the shadow archetype is running it. So the key for us today is to take that one key emotion, which is this chakra, right? That emotion and chakra is attached to a contract, which is unconscious to you right now. And then we want to break the vow, whoever it was given to, and then take back your self-sovereignty from that belief. We're more so working with the energy and the field of awareness that it got stuck in. I'll just ask right off the bat, what do you want to know? And what do you want to let go?
I feel there's something obvious and somehow I am not allowing myself to see that is blocking me. It's something that I need to work on and release.
When you think about it, something you need to work on and release, what is the emotion attached to that thought?
I think that at its core, there is fear and it's
only natural, right? The fear and the insecurity. And when you think about that fear and insecurity, share with me where you feel that in the body.
I'm feeling it very much right now near my belly button, like an umbilical cord type of feeling, when before I felt it here in my chest. I don't know what that means.
Great. If you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm already feeling the guides coming through. Is it okay if I say a prayer and we open that up?
Please.
Wonderful. All right. So just go ahead and close your eyes and sink in. We enter the realm outside of time and space into this beautiful superconscious field, sensing the energy clearing inside and out, just allowing the energy open your body, expanding from your physical body, the mental body, stretching that out into the superconscious field. And as I invite all spirit guides, ancestors, and your loved ones, we match our hearts and minds with theirs. Let us find clarity. Let us find play and wisdom and ability to open up yourself for greater possibility and love. So eternal source, as we open up this aspect of what is needed to be known now, we invite in the guides. And when we are done, leave us our energy raised and an integrated whole self in new truth and new sense of empowerment. So what is coming through from the guides is really interesting, because when I was thinking about you earlier, I kept on getting the solar chakra. So when we look at the heart and kind of the umbilical cord, okay, it's a lot of different symbolism that they're bringing up for you. Number one, they're bringing up inner child. So if we look at the architecture of what we're looking at here, the trigger, is there anything specific that brings up this certain fear or insecurity?
When I was sitting with it, it came up as the need to remain small, to not dream, to not desire.
So the fear and insecurity, now if we look at this, fear and insecurity and the emotion, the emotion then is, my guides are confirming that it is actually attached to the care circuit and the alarmed aloneness circuit. There is an aspect of you that went into fight or flight, in a response to, no matter how large or how small of a response to a threat as a child, that was seen to you and projected onto you as small, not even worth worrying about, or not even acknowledged. So there was like this inner child that didn't get the acknowledgement that it needed to be brought up and invited into your creativity and your play. And then the alarmed aloneness is what kind of, it created a double bind where you have all this available to you, but you have no control over it. So it locks in, right? So the lock-in, and this is what your guides are sharing, is that there's time in your childhood, but then there's small micro movements, small microaggressions as you grew up that started to just breed into this fear of not good enough, all of those aspects that were coming in. So the pain and location in the heart and in the stomach, number one, they're bringing through to me that there is a lineage of mothers and ancient mothers that are very loving, but they're very people-pleasing. So the archetype that they're bringing in is a wounded child that developed an adult archetype of a people-pleaser.
100%. 100%.
I'm going to write this down for you. So you're going to get a full blueprint of this. Child and people pleaser. Now, do you have any idea of which females those were that were embedded that people pleaser?
I believe that my mom had to be a people pleaser very much in order to survive, to navigate, to be able to do what she could. So it's my mom. There's parts of my grandma that also resonate with that.
So this does go back to your mom and your grandmother. That's actually longer than your mom and your grandmother. They are sharing with me. They're very sweet. Okay, girlfriend. They're like, you're breaking the pattern.
I need to. And
you get to. Say,
I get to.
Do you want to choose to?
I have a strong desire. And I've done the therapy work. I've done like all sorts of stuff. I am convinced like there's what you're telling me, that it's soul related.
One of the things that they're sharing with me is that you're perfectly available to do this. When we can step into the empathic love that you have for your children and that you have for others, they're telling me 2 to 3 weeks, but you're going to get it pretty quickly and you're going to move through it pretty fast. So if there's somewhere you can go back to the recording 2-3 weeks, just really dial in on that and respect them and ask them to come in and support you. But this is a lineage that a lot of us light seed people are being called to really put to an end. It doesn't mean you have to master all the aspects. There's no such thing as fully healing it. And I've done all the things, but I haven't figured it out. It's just a matter of continuing that self-awareness. Okay. So what they're sharing with me is that this requires an aspect of you to embrace emotional vulnerability. I'm just writing this down for you. To embrace emotional vulnerability, to cultivate self-compassion, and nurture your own relationship and trust your own vulnerability. Those have been areas that have been dangerous for you to go into. If you need to find space to do that or somebody to sit with you for additional support, we can talk about that at another time. But that's really the mastery for you, is nothing more than just embracing that connection that feels so vulnerable. And your guides are actually telling me for you to create a ritual with candles, whatever that means for you, to literally drop into the presence of the wounded child in the womb. This is also connected to your care circuit, which is the play circuit as well. So unless we can unlock that sense of vulnerability and safety, this inner child that is stuck in its immaturity around this belief can then step into play. And your intuitive, oh my goodness, girlfriend, they are telling me that your intuitive growth and the nature of who you are is through your sense of play.
Wow.
And they're telling me that this is going to look different, very different for you than what you think. It's not an immature lens of play. It's the astrology. It's the fun. It's the digging into who you really are and just having fun with it. If you want to talk about neurodiversity and stuff like that, like just fucking play. They're telling you to play. That's going to start the energy shifting out of the wounded womb. And it's also going to form into the heart space. So the heart chakra is the care circuit. The womb is going to be connecting to the solar, which is the play circuit, right? So creativity and all of that. And these are really going to get cleaned out for you. So we now understand the feedback loop. The trigger is this insecurity of just walking around unsure what to do. You have this fear. You're going to do something right. You're going to do something wrong. You don't really know what the next step is. It's because that feminine archetypal of strength and you've always figured it out. But that inner child is saying, you can't be vulnerable. Don't be vulnerable. You're going to shut down. That's no fucking fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So when we understand then that false sense of shame and that emotional closeness that has been a challenge, your guides are going to open up a space for you on that. So when we talk about like polyvagal and nervous system regulation, they want you to just enter a space with them and just have dialogue or even just sit, and they will support the healing. It's going to be very deeply emotionally moving for you. And this is not a works mentality. They do not want you to go and find all these different mother wound books. They said, stay out of that. This is not for therapy land. This is for you to connect to your play and to connect to your inner mother. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the vow. Does all of that feel good to you?
Yeah, it is spot on. It's spot on in everything of therapy, of like my journaling. Yeah.
So to be very clear, your solar chakra is underactive. So what that means is that mother, that essence, you're not getting enough of the care and love that you embody. It's like all of it is in your field. We're connected to the light circuits of the realms. All you have to do is that you said that cord, just have to take that old one out and just connect the new one in.
Oh.
So just take the old one out. Thank you, lineage, for keeping me safe, because that's all it was. Women were disempowered in your lineage. Now, something the guides are bringing through is actually your ancestors. They're coming into the room. Just let me hear from them. This wasn't always the truth. That there are lifetimes that started to happen where superiority in the hierarchy really took dominion of the feminine in your lineage. But wow. So when you call in your guides, also call in your female ancestors prior to this glitch in the matrix that started evolving. We're going to collapse that time and space today. It's going to be gone. But then go ahead and call them back in and say, teach me, teach my soul, teach the vibrational essence of my frequency, how to step into that ownership. They will support you as well. So go ahead and we'll add that. So we have the archetype, which is basically recruited because of the wounded child and the people pleaser. We got the solar and the heart. The heart is overactive because you're people pleasing. You're overdoing everything. At the cost of, this is where the unconscious contract comes in. So let's go ahead and look at the contract.
Okay.
I'm going to leave your name out, but I'm going to have you just repeat after me. And if you can't hear it, just go ahead and let me know.
I also need just to take a moment to acknowledge, and you have put into words so much that I've been wrestling. I'm deeply grateful. Like this, I feel so heard and seen and like held. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're telling you that your soul available, like souls are being called to step up right now into leadership. And you and I are together because they're calling you to that. They're just wanting to get some of this fogginess out of the field that created that double bind, because we all have them, so you can step into leadership. Your time is now. They're telling you, like, this contract is over today. Where play comes in. It's a celebration. Just start with celebrating today. This shit doesn't have to be hard.
I love it. I thank you. Oh my God.
All right, so I'm going to write down the contract as I speak, and then I will also send this over on your report. So you can go ahead and just repeat after me.
Okay.
So take a deep breath. And guides and ancestors, I just ask you to tag and treat anything that is not needed in the field anymore as she speaks her truth and removes this contract. Thank you. Repeating after me, I choose to revoke and release this old contract.
I choose to revoke and release this old contract.
And now this is going to be whoever you made that contract to, could be your mother, could be yourself, whoever that is, you'll enter it into the end of this sentence. I solemnly swear to you, and then insert the person or that you gave that contract to.
I solemnly swear to you, my mother. Can I be more than one?
Yep.
To my mother and my female ancestors and myself.
Beautiful. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and repeat that. I solemnly swear to you.
I solemnly swear to you, my mother, my female ancestors, and me, myself.
That no matter what.
That no matter what, will.
Whatever comes to mind for you, remain small, stay vulnerable, whatever comes to you, that I will go ahead and fill that in.
Like the behavior that was? The stay small, the behavior that was?
Mm-hmm.
Woof. That I will defer to you all.
Keep it going, babe. Speak it out.
Oh my gosh.
Speak it
I
out.
will defer to you all to not be a burden, to not further pain, to not take away by being me.
Beautiful. It's all leaving the body. How about to not be alone or to feel alone?
What's coming up, if that alone part, that survival, is that if I distract from them, we won't survive.
Look who's alive. Look who gave birth to kids. That's a lie, isn't it? Yeah, it's silly.
Oh,
But it's real at the time, right?
that shit is like deep down in there. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
So if we look at that energetically, so I will be dim, I will be quiet, I will hide, I will try to suffocate my own sense of being so that others can live. I will feed my kids first. This comes up all over the place. So that is the unconscious contract. And we can fold those up and you can open others up when you go back into your healing session, but let's put this cap on these today. We don't need to open these back up. So no more self-limiting, no more non-empathetic towards self, no more playing small, no more staying in my fear. It's very childlike behavior, and you're an adult and you're being called into leadership. So that certainly just doesn't fit your archetype anymore. No matter the cost to myself. So just go ahead and say that out loud.
No matter the cost to myself.
Now go ahead and close your eyes and sense and see all those key players, your mother, your female ancestors that had a hand in that, back to the one where it stopped. Now I want you to see yourself right now and all the other parties that you gave this contract to, that we're going to create change holographically in the field. See them, sense them in grace as if you're giving them a blessing. It's no harm. Giving them that blessing of making sure that they heard your integrity and your adult mystical being. Take back their personal power and your choice point to giving back them that vow that they're probably unconscious they gave you, but that's okay. So with your eyes closed, just go ahead and just see them giving and receiving that vow. And maybe even what they do is just release it to the people in the back of them till it gets all the way back to the train when the ancestors stop. That could be a possibility for you. Whatever that possibility is needed for you, just go ahead and see them receive. No harm done, all love in the field. Wonderful. And just give them a sign of grace, just a thank you in your heart from this beautiful open heart space now that was once flowed. Beautiful. I release my old contract.
I release my old contract.
Of the wounded child and adult people pleaser.
Of the wounded child and adult people pleaser.
That unconsciously created this self-protective contract.
That unconsciously created the self-protective contract.
And I revoke this contract.
And I revoke this contract.
Good. Just feel the essence, feel the air move. Super conscious, angelic guides take and treat anything that's left over in the field. Just take a deep breath. Just feel that energy now moving through, no judgment, feeling the expansion in the body, feeling and enjoying that previous memory now of you giving them the blessing and them handing the blessing back to the people that they give it to them. And just sensing now the emotional circuit of the chakras of the hearts and the solar just coming back online. And there's a little bit of energy that we can still now, we're going to lock this in and just block it in with removing the energy that was the imprint of the contract leading that archetype, that old archetype. So what I want to do is just go through an exercise with you. I want you to sense the activated chakra in the body with your eyes closed. And you're going to feel this energy in the area, right? You're going to see the color of the energy, the chakras, beautiful orange, heart chakra, and just it has a little bit of dullness to it. Energy doesn't know language, so we're gonna meet it on an energetic to energetic input output. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sense and see those chakras, both of those, they're spinning. Are they spinning clockwise or counterclockwise?
Oh shoot, Kat, I see smoke. Trying to focus on, yeah.
Yep, that's the smoke from the chakras. My guides are giving you a yes on that. That the grittiness to those chakras need to be cleared out so the energy can move through clearly.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, yeah.
Now, is there two vortexes spinning clockwise or counterclockwise?
Wise? I feel
Clockwise?
I can take this one, yeah. Yeah, the one down here, it's very strong. This one, I'm still smoky.
Awesome. So we're going to start to shift and move those. So just go ahead and follow me. They're both clockwise. What I want you to do is to complete this removal of the contract. I want you to visibly just go ahead and pull it out of your body, out of the solar and out of the heart. Just pull them out of you, pull it out right in front of you. And if you can, just go ahead and kind of like 10 and 2, like you're driving a car. The clockwise spin, I want to have you take both of your hands and start to slow it down. Just pretend they're one. So you're going to go ahead and open your eyes for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to slowly shift it in the other way and just stop it and then start to go counterclockwise. And just slowly shift it. Good. Just nice and gentle. All those old memories being pulled out, shifted in the vortex, creating a new vortex. And now what I want you to do is as you grab that vortex of energy, we're going to clear. So just like you're riding a fast, speedy car, you're going to start spinning it faster and faster. You're going to go faster and faster. Yep. And keep spinning it faster and faster. And you're going to spin it so fast until it takes on a life of its own. And when it does, you let me know.
It's getting there.
Good.
I can't hold it in anymore.
Right. Just allow it to spin, allow it to spin. See all that shady energy moving out. It's getting clearer and clearer. It's got the pristine, beautiful color back to ordinary. Heart chakra and solar chakra. And on the count of 3, I'm going to have you take back that clear, crystalline, perfect chakra of the heart and the solar. And I'm going to have you push it back into the body where they belong. We're going to clear the archetype energy on the count of 3, 2, 1. And push it back in. Yep. Bring it back in. Take a deep breath. Good job, girlfriend. Just allow that energy to come in. What happens is that hologram of that old contract is affected. It's completely cleared out of your holographic energy body. And we're going to commence this with your guides, that this made whole. It has forgotten these old memories other than just to be a learning on our ascension path. And that we release this through all space, dimensions, and reality. Just feel the body's newness. Feel the sense of depth of breath that you have, the trust that you have in your soul, and this new trust and mature relationship with your guides now that you're going to be able to step in this new leadership space. This is what's going to be in your leadership as an intuitive girlfriend. You have just stepped into a higher resonance with your guides. You've helped them ascend higher and you're ascending higher. They're here to support you every day forward. So feeling again, feel, sense your breath. The unconscious will continue to support you as well from this day forward. And repeat after me. I am a vessel for delivering truth.
I am a vessel for delivering truth.
And allow this new contract.
And I allow this new contract.
As a part of my evolutionary process.
As a part of my evolutionary process.
And what is that new contract?
Great out. Light, my new contract. Light, truth. We're meant to elevate one another. All souls matter. There's just light.
Wonderful. So my new contract is that I light the candle in my soul so that I can light others' souls with light as well.
I light the candle in my soul so I can light the candle in others.
One more time, I'm just your guides are bringing this through. Close your eyes. I release the fear that binded my heart.
I release the fear that binded my heart.
May I embrace vulnerability as strength.
May I embrace vulnerability as strength. May I embrace vulnerability as strength.
And nurture deep, loving connections with courage and compassion.
Loving connections with courage and compassion.
Congratulations, you just closed the contract, never to come back.
Thank you so much.
Everything just flowed. That was all you. So your guides are very much with you. And so just remember that all now are cleared of this contract. When we delete contract, remember our body renews every 7 years. Why are we trying to go back 7 years ago and trying to believe that we're that same person or our parents or grandparents, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it's the block and the double bind and the memory that locks it in. We uncoupled that, but you made it happen. You cleared the energy. And can you feel the maturity with your guides right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like my whole, in terms of ADHD regulation, all this stuff, whoa.
Now that is going to come in. They're telling me that's going to come in. And that is going to be from your perspective, but this aspect of you is going to continue to integrate. So you're still going to be maturing into that space and expecting that journey. But what they want you to understand is that you're at a empower to power field with them.
Okay.
And in your time when you go in and heal, that's still a power to power position. It's what do I need to know and what do I need to let go? You're now on the evolutionary path. You're not stuck anymore. Just learning.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, whoa, I felt it. Like I've had this, it just lifted. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's hard to get the words. It's just like, I felt, yeah, that was very intense.
It was a big contract. It was held for a long time. You're an adult now.
So much.
You're welcome.
Just like that.
Just like
Thank you.
Is there anything that you want to share, hun, before I let you go?
I want the words to come out because this is such a blessing to me. I've been stuck with this. You gave me words that I couldn't access. You just knew. And I got to hug my mom that I have been estranged from for a couple years with all the love in my heart because I do love her and only want good for her and let her know like we can I just saw the chains like breaking. Thank you. Oh my God, that was powerful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're beloved and you are truly in a new place. And I just want us both to acknowledge that and the hard work you've put in. But you're on the fast track to healing, but also becoming the leader that you've been called to be.
Well,
may you see yourself as that, and may you see yourself as your guides and your ancestors see you. You're a beautiful light, so remember that your candle is lit, and you're here just to be you and to play and to find your heart space and come from that space, to heal the internal mother and to also be loved as mothering yourself as you grow and evolve through these new awareness of the old way you may have reacted, but the new way you'll step into leadership.
My soul is so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.